What's going on, everybody? It's Pac-Man Jones with Savannah. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm not in Savannah. Okay, now, actually, I'm in Raleigh again. And every now and then, I'm going to travel back and forth to different cities, different towns, and just record footage and possibly just do the news from there every now and then. But as for now, we're in Raleigh. And a man was found shot Friday evening on Dana Drive in Raleigh, and he has died from multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. George Salas Ramos, who ages 34, was found wounded when police answered a call about someone being shot around 7:15 p.m. that day. He was found in the 5200 block of Dana Drive, where several apartment buildings were located. I believe that's in the western part of Raleigh. That's what I've been told. And also another situation that happened on Friday, accidental shooting that happened that struck a 16-year-old boy in the face by the name of Jaheim Conway. Police arrested 20-year-old Tavier Jamil Cambridge Friday after they were just casually talking, and Tavier, Mr. Cambridge, he had a gun in his pocket, and somehow the gun fell out of his pocket and hit the ground. And you know, with these guns, the triggers on it don't take a lot of pressure to take. Most handguns take about 5 pounds of pressure, unless if you got a self-defense weapon. Self-defense weapons usually take a little bit more pounds of pressure. I think they take at least about 8 or 9 pounds of pressure just to pull the trigger. But even so, even if you drop a gun and it's loaded, that can actually backfire, and it did, and it struck Jaheim Conway in the face, caught him right in the jaw. Officers responded just before 11 p.m. to Sunbow Falls Lane in the northern part of the city after the shooting was reported. The victim was taken to Wake Med for treatment, and his condition was stabilized. He's out of the hospital, thank goodness. And the victim, well, I've been told he is a sophomore at Millbrook High School. But get the whole situation was that he was outside when this happened, like by almost around 11 p.m. because officers responded to that situation by 11 p.m. So why is a sophomore in high school still outside that late? So I just leave it at that. Now, in my other piece of news, a woman was arrested Monday night on charges that she shot a woman Friday, February 16th. Man, what's going on with Friday? Everybody's popping off on Friday. But a woman was arrested after she shot a woman on Friday, February 16th, that night in a bar parking lot in New Bern Avenue, and fired bullets into a car that carried 3 other women. While 3 other women were fleeing in the ensuing panic, police said the car hit the woman who had been shot. Now, get this. Remeesha Blount, who ages 27, get this, is Remy Ma's sister. I shit you not. Was arrested at the apartment complex on Hilton Drive shortly before midnight. Police were unclear what led to the incident. The condition of the woman who was shot and hit was listed in fair condition Tuesday at a Wake Med hospital in Raleigh. Now, Blount was charged with 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, inflicting serious injury, 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, shooting into an occupied vehicle, and discharging a firearm in the city. A gang load of charges, and the magistrate ordered Blount to be held without bail based on the decision that she either would be unlikely to keep a court date or would be a danger to the community if she was freed. She also has a pending charge from earlier arrests that she include assault with a deadly weapon, shooting a gun inside the city limits, and assault by pointing a gun. So seems like Miss Blount followed Remy Ma's footsteps with shooting people, and this is like 10 plus years that she's looking at, maybe even 20, because she struck someone with a bullet, and not only that, but she could have caused the death of that same person because that same person was struck by a car. That car was trying to flee the situation. So I mean, it's not looking good for Remy Ma's sister. And some more news from out of Raleigh. A 17-year-old girl is charged with gunpoint robberies that netted more than $10,000 from sweepstakes parlors in the past 3 weeks. A girl by the name of Ruby Charlita Hobson She was arrested Thursday. Now, Tuesday, police had sworn out arrest warrants accusing her of gunpoint robberies on January the 29th and February the 11th. And they added one more robbery that happened on Wednesday that they believe that she did. And according to the charges, Hobson carried a black semi-automatic handgun in all 3 stick-ups, including one in which $6,435 were taken from a Skill Masters sweepstakes in the 3800 block of Western Boulevard in the night of January the 29th. The arrest warrants say $3,000 was taken from Spin City sweepstakes in the 1600 block of North Market Street on the night of February 11th, and $1,400 was stolen from the Hot Spot sweepstakes on Valentine's Day. Now, Hobson has been arrested before on February the 2nd on charges of misdemeanor marijuana possession and carrying a concealed weapon. But she was free on bail for those charges, but not for these charges that she's just now received. And well, in my last piece of news, well, police seized about 20 kilos, that's 44 pounds of cocaine, and $1.5 million in cash, and arrested 2 men and a woman when narcotics officers raided a house Friday afternoon. Now, the people that ran the trap were these people here: Alfredo Mendola Alvarez, who age was 37, Gerardo Israel Limon Becerra, who ages 42, and Yolanda Garcia Vasquez, who ages 49. Now, Mr. Alfredo, he's being held on $5 million bail, and Limon Becerra is being held on $2 million bail, and Garcia Vasquez is being held in the lieu of $250,000 bail. Now, police arrested them at the 3400 block of Planet Drive just a little before 6 p.m. Believe that street is off Traywick Road near Skycrest Drive. Garcia Vasquez, who was booked with a home address nearby on Skycrest Drive, was arrested at Planet Drive house about an hour later, the records show. And Mendola Alvarez, that's Fredo, was charged with 2 counts of cocaine trafficking, one saying he possessed the drug and one saying that he transported it. Limon Becerra and Garcia Vasquez were charged with trafficking by possession, and federal immigration officers asked for Mendola Alvarez and Limon Becerra, who are from Mexico, to be held for 48 hours whenever they are released from a local or state custody. Officials said that a computer check showed Mendola Alvarez, aka Alfredo, already had been ordered to be deported from the U.S. The form asking for him to be held listed several aliases that officials said he has used. The form said that Limon Becerra appeared to be in the U.S. illegally as well. Garcia Vasquez is in the country legally, the arrest record showed. Also, details about the investigation that led to the police to the house were not disclosed. Most major drug investigations involve local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies that contribute people to regional task forces. So, not sure how, they're not really releasing how they got the information. Maybe somebody snitched, more than likely somebody snitched. But a situation like this, from them not being from the U.S. legally, except for one of them, they might just get deported, and they might just actually face charges in Mexico. But it depends on what the U.S. federal government is willing to do, if they're willing to release those inmates back to Mexico. I mean, they've done it before in previous cases, but I mean, it all depends. But I had some other news to talk about, man, but this one kind of running a little bit long. But if you want me to do another video in Raleigh, I still got a lot more footage. I got footage of other places. I'm going back to Atlanta pretty soon, so I'll do the news from there. Maybe within like a month, maybe like a month and a half, I'll do some news from out of Atlanta and just anywhere that's near Savannah, because I do a lot of traveling, and vacation time is coming up pretty soon for me. So I get to travel and just go different places. So don't be surprised if you see more places of me just doing the news from other cities. But that's all for right now. It's Pacman Jones with Raleigh News. I'm out.